Be a good day. Hey babe, come on, come with me. Oh, look, my abs are coming. I'm getting a six-pack.
I'm gonna try. Work till I die. I'm gonna fail and get up, 'cause I'm not giving up on my dream.
Hey gorgeous, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kopano Shimange, and this is how I do things. The show where you send me your questions and I'll let you know how I would do things. Now you can take it as entertainment or use it as advice. Take it, don't take it, listen, use it, don't use it at all. Do what you will with it, because me, nah. No professional at all. I'm just letting you know what I would do if I was in your shoes. Now you're probably wondering, Kopano, what are you doing here in your exercise gear on a Untitled Tuesday, honey? What does exercise have to do with my shmoney, honey? Well, honey, I'm trying to work out that money. Work it out, stretch it out, lift the finger, lift the leg. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're here, you'd like to stack up that money, honey. Working on specific habits that make you think better, think faster, be more valuable, be more productive are great ways to make it easier for you to build millions and billions in your life. Now, exercise is not the only way for you to build your habits, to build your money, but there are things that we can look at like millionaires and billionaires, so we can learn from them so that we can also make our millions and billions in our lives. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips and tricks that you need to know and think about if you want to build your millions and your billions in life by looking at people who've done it before. What millionaire habits can we take in order to make our road to our millions much easier? Now, always save the best for last, and I want to challenge you to rate yourself out of 10 on all of these habits. 1 being not at all, this is terrible, I don't focus on this thing at all. And 10 being I am excellent at this thing. I put in all the work, honey. I don't need no help with this one. I'm the best geboso on this thing. And let me know in the comment section down below, how are you doing on these 5 things? Number 1, now I've heard this over and over again, that success leaves clues. What does that mean? It means that when one person walks a path in front of you, they leave their footprints behind. They leave clues as to what they did to get from where they were to where they are now. So when we look at millionaires and billionaires, along their paths of going from being nobody, from earning a paycheck or earning very little to no money at all, they took a specific path to go from nothing to something, from very little money to a lot of money. And when we study their paths, we see that success leaves clues. There's a footprint that we can follow. There's certain steps, tricks, tips, things that they did, strategies that they had, habits that they built that made it easier for them to go from nothing to something. So what does this mean? It means that we should be studying successful people, not just reading their books that Oprah, she was raised like this, her uncle did that, she went to an interview, bada bing, bada boom, she became Oprah with Harpo Productions. No, we should be studying their habits. What is it that they did? How can I implement that in my life? What time did she wake up? What does she do in the morning? Does she pray every single day? Does she meditate? What are the habits that she has in her life that make her more productive, more effective, think better, do more in her life, that have really made her money life easier and could make my money life easier too? Number 2, it is said that over 70% of millionaires are self-made. What does that mean? They're regular, schmegular Janes and Joes like me and you. They went from being ordinary, just like me, just like you, no rich parents, none of that, no leg up, no inheritance of $1 million. No, they went from ordinary life to becoming millionaires. What does this mean for me? It means that we should have the same mindset that if any regular, schmegular Jane and Joe like me can go from being a teacher to a millionaire, then so can I. if a person who grew up in the same area that I grew up in can go from being nothing to something, then so can I. If somebody, even if they did not have the same background that I had, but if somebody can go from nothing to something, then why can't I do that? It's all about a mindset shift. They believe that they could, that their circumstances and their histories do not determine their future, that they could go from having a completely obscure upbringing, from being disenfranchised, from being disadvantaged, to taking all of that, working against the odds, and still becoming paid with that money, honey. Number 3, start journaling. Why? Why, Kopano? Why? Is this just another reason for you to just plug your journal? Yes, her daily success journal is named that way for a reason, that every single day you wake up and you ask yourself 4 questions that make you more successful on a day-to-day basis. However, I'm not talking about that, but if you did want to get this journal and join a community of women from around the world who are also on this journey to being more successful on a daily basis, if you want to make friends with like-minded women who want to put God first, then their goals after that, and have the guidance of their creator to find out their purpose and to make a success out of their lives, then look at the comment section down below, the description box down below. I've got the link to this journal. But moving on, the reason why we should be journaling is that successful people have the habit of journaling. It's one of the most common habits that they have. They have the habit of writing down stuff. They wake up in the morning, throughout the afternoon, and even in the evening, they are constantly just writing out things. Why? They write out their thoughts. They process their thoughts by taking them out of their brains instead of them having them in their brains and taking up space. Thoughts take up space. So you could be at work thinking about lunch. You could be talking to your boss, but you're thinking about what time you're supposed to be picking up your kid. When you have thoughts floating in your brain, what happens is you become less productive and less effective at your job. So when you journal things down, you get them out and you become more productive. What journaling also helps you do is that you don't have to remember anything and you get to process thoughts, which means that you get to learn as you go. Sometimes we think of something, we keep it in our brains, we forget about it, so we can never use it again later, which is a problem. When you write things down, you have ideas that may not have worked back then, but they do work in the future. An idea that you had 3 months ago could help you in your job today. The reason why we know what successful people do and how they got to where they are today is because they have the habit of journaling. They know where they were 2 years ago. They know where they were 6 months ago. They know where they were 3 days ago. They don't have to remember it. They just page back in their journal and they see it. Journaling has been proven over and over again to be a productive habit, one that makes you more effective and one that helps you to create more value in yourself and in your thoughts. Number 4, focus on being more valuable. Now, earlier this week, I wrote down a post where I was tired, I was exhausted, I was working really hard. And I remembered something very important, that we should not be angry with the world for not rewarding our hard work. The world does not reward hard work. It rewards value and good ideas. People who are the highest paid are the ones who give the most value to the world and the ones who have the greatest ideas. So you should be focused on not necessarily working harder, but on producing value. So most of your time that you have free, when you are not doing something like work or being active with your family, then you should be active in making yourself more valuable. How do you make yourself more valuable? Study successful people. Study your work. How can you grow more skills? How can you open your mind to what's currently going on in your industry? And how can you learn about the history of your industry? Learning about the systems and the processes, because principles never change. No matter what happens in the world, the principles of business never change. The principles of whatever industry you're in, they never change. So learning those principles and learning to adapt them in the future makes you more valuable. Spend time creating value and making yourself more valuable. And that's how you then start to earn more income, more value, more money, greater ideas, more money. When you journal, you learn how to put down good ideas so they never go to waste. And when you put in more time and effort into learning from successful people, joining communities of people that are productive, communities of people that are working forward, communities of people that want to grow in value as well, those are all things that make you more valuable. And the more valuable you are, the more you get paid. And finally, number 5, build good habits. Be really deliberate about building good habits. Most of us wake up, we go through the flow of things. We wake up, we eat because we're hungry, we're reacting to that. We wash because we smell in the morning. We get into the car because we have to get to work and not be late. We just wake up and react to the world instead of being proactive about who we are and what we do and how we spend our time. When you are deliberate about building good habits, you are being deliberate about adding value to your own life and making yourself a more productive and a more valuable human being. Being deliberate about habits means I'm going to wake up at a time where I can build myself, as opposed to waking up at a time that will make sure that I'm not late for work. I'm going to wake up on time to read the Bible and to build my foundational habits, because it's the foundational habits that make you happy. It's the foundational habits that keep you healthy. It's the foundational habits that make you a good person. What is foundational to you? And are you taking the time and the energy to build the habits that keep those foundational elements alive? Foundational elements such as prayer, such as Bible reading, such as time for praise and worship. Foundational habits such as good health, exercise and eating well. Foundational habits that are good for your mental health, taking time for yourself, sitting on the balcony or opening a window and drinking a cup of tea. Those are all foundational habits that are good for you and make you a better person. But we can't just fit them into our lives. We need to make space and time for that. And the only way we can do that is by being deliberate about building the habits that make those things a reality. All right, my honeys, that's all I have for you today in terms of these millionaire habits. It's just an introduction because there's so many millionaire and billionaire habits that could help us to become better and make more money, honey. But this is just a soft introduction, soft introduction. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But until next time, gorgeous people, that's all I have for you. This is how I do things, and I am Kopano Shimange. Hey gorgeous, thank you so much for watching this video and thank you for making it right until the end. Now if you have not subscribed to my channel, please click on this button right here on my face. There, it will help you to subscribe. And if you feel like it, if you've got the time, honey, even if you don't have the time, just binge watch my content. Just binge watch. It's so good, so entertaining, and I made it for you. And head over to my website, www.kopanoshibagi.com, to find out more about my journal, her daily success journal. Until next time, bye.